Well, hello there, or moin as I used to say when I was still in Hamburg. Now I am here in Hanover and we don't say moin anymore, but I still say moin. Hi everyone. There once was a time when I was a lot better at introducing myself at these things, but yeah, I'm kind of I'm out of practice. That's what I want to say. Hi everyone and welcome to Stitch-Ilonka International. This is a channel about cross stitch and crochet sometimes, and a bit of crochet, and I'm happy to have you here. And if you enjoy this kind of content and if you want to stick around with me, then grab a cup of coffee and let's dive on in what I have done over the last few weeks. As I already said last time, I haven't had much time to stitch a lot because I have been enjoying my offline life here in my village, and I've been volunteering at our local community center, and I am singing in the church choir now, and all of these shenanigans, these offline shenanigans, and I have been really enjoying my time, meeting people, getting to know old classmates that I haven't talked to in ages and ages, and we will have some very nice activities over the next few months already. I have I don't know, appointments and dates and whatever over the next few months already. So village life is really country life is really busy, I have to say, but I enjoy it immensely. And but on the other hand, I was really sad that I haven't been stitching that much until last weekend, when some friends of mine who are in my Stechmücken community, in my mosquito community, asked me if I wanted to join them for a weekend of stitching and of shopping. And of course I said yes, and I was so happy to meet them again. And we have been sitting there stitching and chatting and I don't know, just living our best nerdy lifestyle, because these girls are wonderfully nerdy, and we have been talking pop culture and relationships and stitching and everything. It was just amazing. I had a wonderful time, and I went shopping with them to one of the few local cross stitch stores that we have here that I've talked about many times before, and I really got my stitchy buck back. And I had some time this week, not many appointments, not much to do, so I have been whizzing away on some patterns and stuff. I have been stitching quite a lot on this one not mystery pattern, but this model stitch that I do for Michal, who is Star Parade here on Flosstube. As I've mentioned before, we have or he designed a pattern with me in mind. So it's got a lighthouse on it, just in case you're wondering. And yeah, so I cannot really show you that, but I've made a good progress on that, and I'm almost at 80%. There is just a few, like 1,500 stitches left, so I will be finishing that quite soon, and then we will be able to show you. But let me not, get ahead of myself, and let me just gather myself, and then we can start. Okay, well, I started a few new things, and I bought a few new things, and I have been working on one thing a bit. Please don't laugh. But yeah, and I have some crochet update at the end. So let's start out with one of my new starts, which is this one. Do you know which city it is already? No, I'm just kidding. This is a pattern by Awesome Pattern Studio, and this one is called Hannover, which is my hometown where I currently live. Well, I'm not living in Hannover per se. I'm living like 30 kilometers outside of it, but Hannover is like the main city where I go shopping and stuff. So this is a part of, or this is supposed to be one of the 3 patterns that I want to do and put in one of those 3-part picture frames that you can get at IKEA. And I wanted to stitch these 3 cities, which are like main cities of my life that I have spent a lot of time in, which is Hannover and and Hamburg and Frankfurt. These were cities that where I spent like, I don't know, around 10 years of my life in Frankfurt and in Hamburg working there. And I will stitch them all on this 28 count pre-grid Ada 2/1 in 10th stitch or half stitch or 10th stitch. I think the coverage is quite well, especially for these lighter colors. And so this is the complete width of the pattern, and it goes down to here somewhere. So the it's in Germany, like in centimeters, it's 13 by 18. What is it in? Is it 5 by 7? Yeah, I think it's 5 by 7 inches. Will be the size of the finished piece, so that it can go into these 3-tier picture frames. And yeah, this is something for really mindless stitching. And I started already on the skies so that I can get myself, you know, started with the whip with a some rather simple stitching, so that I will kind of develop the lust of stitching again. Yeah, this is Hannover. And you know what? I'm really kind of sad because I have all these beautiful project bags that you know of, but I currently don't have spare project bags with, you know, for my new starts that I had. I haven't even had the time to sew some new project bags for myself, so I have to put it away in these plastic containers again, which is not good. So what do you think? Should I be sewing new project bags, or should I just start finishing things? Please let me know in the comments, and please be gentle. The second start that I had and that I'm very, very happy about is, oh, I have to tell you a story about that. When we met last weekend for stitching, two of the girls had a pattern with them, and they said, "Oh yeah, that's wonderful. You have it with you. Let's start it together then now." And I'm saying, "What are you stitching on? What pattern are you about to start?" And they both had Summer at the Shore by Cottage Garden Samplings. And since it's a lighthouse, it has also the name Stitch-Ilonka written on it. Yeah. So, and they were like, "Don't you have that? I thought you had it, and I thought you brought it along, and then we can start it together." I said, "No, I don't have it." And then we went shopping, and she had one copy left, and she also had, like in that store, she also had the called for fabric, picture this plus, ancient linen, in store. So I got it, not the 40 count. My friend Kiki got the 32 count. I got the 35 count linen in this beautiful colorway. I'm sorry it's crumpled. I haven't had the time to iron it and to cut it to the respective size. But this is the called for fabric, and I think it works wonderfully. Sorry for the hanging thread. These wisps here, these gray wisps, they just look so amazing. The only thing that I am a bit worried about is the white. We had to substitute this is supposed to be the Gentle Art Picket Fence, and we had to substitute it with Weeks Dye Works Icicle, because we had to substitute it with Icicle because she didn't have it in stock here, but I wanted to start right away. But this Weeks Dye Works Icicle works also very well. It's a cold white with a very, very light blue in it, and this is primarily for the white of the lighthouse and the sails here, and the seagull white. And I am not sure, I mean, it looks very pale on this already, but I am really not sure how it will show up on this piece of fabric. Maybe I should have started somewhere else and put the sails on these darker pieces of fabric, but I'm not restarting it right now. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to how it will turn out, and maybe the focus piece, or the focus of this piece is the seagull and the lighthouse anyway. So yeah. And I have called out the Shore Sell 2023 as a hashtag on Instagram. So if you are stitching this one too, please use the hashtag Shore Sell 2023 so that we can kind of inspire each other with our progress and have a nice stitch along for this year. And that will also keep me on track and will keep me kind of working on this even more. And I also had another new start, which is the From the Heart Needleart by Wendy February Quaker. As you know, or maybe you know the Flosstuber Alba Stitcher here on Flosstube. She's been calling this this year-long stitch-along, stitching all the monthly Quakers every month together with her. But I mean, I started the January one and I wasn't really able to finish it in January, so maybe I can, you know, stitch it in December so that I have it ready for next year's January. But I already started, at least I already started the February one, and I have been working on this with some floss that I got from a friend of mine who is Color Fever on Etsy, and she dyes silk flosses and cotton flosses herself, and I found a wonderful green with a variegation to a gray brown and a darker pink that's got a very subtle variegation, and this lighter pink. Sorry. It has been falling down in my German video too. And this lighter pink. And I'm very much looking forward to how it will turn out on this Pyramid linen that I bought a while back. I didn't want to start anything on this because it is so stiff and so hard, but it's actually quite nice to work on because it's so stiff. So yeah, I am well on my way for the February one. We have February 6th. We have the February the 16th right now. So I might be able to, you know, I'm not saying anything anymore. I'm not making plans anymore because every time I say something, something else happens and I'm not able to finish it. And it's, you know, especially like I have two more German friends who are also stitching these Quakers, monthly Quakers, but they are doing it the completely wrong way because they have been stitching January in December so that they have it ready for January, and they have been stitching February in January so that they have it ready now. I mean, I thought that you would only stitch on them during the month that it says. So I will now have, well, I would have to stitch March now so that I will have it ready for March, and then I would stitch, you get the gist. I don't know. I don't want to be rushed. So while I was at the store, I kitted up March, and these Quakers usually call for Classic Colorworks colors, but they also give you the DMC equivalents. And unfortunately, she didn't have all the Classic Colorworks colors there, but she had a wonderful replacement. The Weeks Dye Works Blue Spruce. I don't know why it's called Blue Spruce, but it's green. Maybe I should look up what the translation is. But maybe you can also tell me in the comments. That would be much easier for me. Thank you. So yeah, this will be the March sampler, and I chose a different fabric for this. I want to stitch them all either on 18 count or on 36 or 35 count so that they are all more or less the same size. And this is a Zweigart Floba Superfine, it's called, in the colorway Nature or Natur. And this is not a cotton fabric. This is supposed to be viscose, and it feels a bit more rough. I don't really see the difference now in, you know, feeling it, but I was told that it works up differently when you stitch on it, and I'm very much looking forward to stitching on it and trying out another, like, you know, a different kind of fabric. And I see now, while I am holding this up, that there is a kind of, should I be stitching it that way, horizontally or vertically? Because there are lines going across. Choices, yeah. So this is going to be an interesting experiment. Experiment. Floss Chronicles, Claire, my dear friend, who is also doing Flosstubes. She has been calling me out like in her last video, and she said that she likes to watch my German videos as well because my German is so good. Obviously, I'm German. But she said my English is also okay, but now I am really embarrassing myself. Okay, and to complete the series, I have to show you my embarrassing progress on the January Quaker, which was this one, and that's how far I got. At least, I mean, at least you can now see what it is. Last time I showed it, it was just I don't know, it was just a blue line on the fabric, but now you can at least see what it is. Oh, and do you see the sparkle? Ah, it's so gorgeous. But I really have to stitch on this during the day so that I don't have artificial lighting going on this, because once it's, you know, once you have the lighting on the sparkle, then it's really hard to see the holes. But still, yeah, I think I'm going to put this to the side now and focus on the months that I have, or that I can kind of, you know, work on during the months that they actually are. And I will take this out again in December and then have it ready for next January. On this fabric, I have the model stitch for Michal's pattern, and I just wanted to show you the fabric again. I am quite sure that I will be finishing this soon, and we are planning to go to Zweigart again. No, we are not planning yet, but the idea is there that we will kind of meet again in maybe in April or late March to April at Zweigart in Stuttgart again, and then I will have this ready, and then I will tell them that they have to kind of make a limited edition for this fabric again, because it works so perfectly with the sampler, with the pattern that I'm stitching on this. And maybe I can convince them to kind of make a limited edition for this one again. That would be so nice. Okay, let's go into the haul section. What I love about shopping in person at a local cross-stitch store is that you can flip through patterns and baskets of patterns that they have there, which I usually don't do. I don't know how do you shop for patterns? In the past, I have only been inspired by watching Flosstubes and people showing their whips or their haul and showing these pieces, and then you go searching for them on the websites, and maybe, you know, left or right you see another pattern and then you get inspired and buy them. But I have the feeling that it's usually, you know, a handful of designers that, you know, I see over and over again because of my bubble, obviously. And that's why I love shopping in person at Fadenkreuz, because I can then spend an hour flipping through all of her baskets. And she's also got a lot of French designers and Danish designers and German designers that I haven't heard of, and that I would have probably never come across. So let me show you what I found there. And pardon my French. Isn't pardon my French? Wait.
Hello, hola, guten Tag, ni hao, konnichiwa, bonjour, buenos dias, salve, brevid, sprich aus Olivet, sayings from around the world. Hello, hola, guten Tag, ni hao, konnichiwa, bonjour, buenos dias, salve, brevid.
That is interesting. I've just been wondering. I have heard the expression in American movies or TV shows that if you say something rude, that you would say, pardon my French. Is that correct? I feel like that's correct. Yeah, so if you say, I don't know, if you're being rude or if you insult someone, you would then follow it up with pardon my French. And I'm just thinking what the equivalent in German would be. I think we say, es auf gut Deutsch zu sagen, yeah, to say it in plain German. And then you would say, I don't know, he's a pleep. And that's interesting because, you know, if you insult someone in your own language and then you say, to say it in plain German, yeah, maybe because we Germans are so polite and try to, you know, to never offend someone. Interesting thing. So yeah, that's my short tangent for cultural interactions or cultural exchange, so to speak. Anyway, so pardon my French. Yeah, I found this beautiful pattern. I could try and pronounce it because I had French at school, but I'm not trying to do it right now. The only thing that I can say is Collection Tralala. And a Bouquet Violette et Myosotis. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is one of the patterns that I found by Collection Tralala. I am not pronouncing the pattern name, but I will put it down in the description below. And it's a beautiful bouquet of flowers coming out of this beautiful pot. And I'm not sure if I will be stitching the alphabet underneath, probably not. But I was very inspired. I'm not remembering if I was inspired by the floss or the pattern, but I found these. Sorry. I found these Weeks Dye Works flosses. I found these Weeks Dye Works flosses in her, you know, in her stash. These are called Taffeta and Beachcomb. And this is a very interesting lavender pastel-y variegation. It looks amazing. I'm not sure how it will look like stitched up. And this is a very subtle light lilac to dark lilac variegation. And I just thought that they would go very, very well for all of these flowers. She uses Gentle Art and Atali flosses, but she also has a DMC conversion on this. And yeah, I will see if I can find some more of maybe also the variegated flosses or hand-dyed flosses, either by Esther, Danish Stitcher, or Color Fever. So I will just stitch this up with flosses from my stash that I have and these ones that I bought. And I chose a piece of just a normal Zweigart vintage Belfast in the colorway beige for this. And then I found some more French fries. No, not French fries, but French patterns by Isabelle Vautier. Or Isa. I'll see if I can find her patterns somewhere and put the links down below. But of course, another lighthouse. I couldn't pass on this. And one of my friends who was also there at that weekend, she is dyeing. She's dyeing fabric, and she had this wonderful piece of either it's Lugana or it's Murano that she had this wonderful dark stormy sky feel, that had this wonderful stormy sky feel to it, and I think that it will work perfectly with this lighthouse. And then also two that I've been eyeing for quite some time because they are these wonderful, you know, in France and in the western part of Germany, like in the North Sea, we have tides. And like we have these birds that are scouring, you know, when the water is low, then the earth is exposed, and they are going through there and picking out worms and seashells and stuff. And so this is a very familiar sight for me whenever I have been on vacation in the North Sea. I'm not sure what these birds are called in English. but I think they would work very well together on one piece of fabric, so that you would have some kind of a beach scene, you know, and it should fit with the dimensions that this is bigger than this one, because they are obviously taller. And so these two will go on one piece of fabric that I also bought for my friend Claudia. And this is more of a, you know, very subtle, variegated sandy beach feel. It has a very sandy beach feel to it. And this is also, I don't know, maybe a Lugana or something. So yeah, I'm planning on putting these two together on one piece of fabric. I will see how if I can. I have to check if the colors match. Oh, they are all different. She's got a DMC. They are all charged in DMC, and I will see if I can, if I have to match maybe even the darker colors up, so that they will go together on this one piece of fabric. So yeah, it's really good to, you know, go to a local store and really flip through the patterns that they have in stock there, to find something that you would have probably not even looked for. And maybe they also have it stitched up somewhere, so that you can really get a feel for how the pattern looks once it's finished, and what it looks like on different fabrics. So yeah, that was it for the stitching. And as I said, I've got my stitchy butt back. I have been stitching all week this week. It's Thursday today, the 16th, and I have really made a good progress on some of the things. Before that, I have been crocheting a lot, and I bought some yarn cakes from a local German dyer. They looked a bit more variegated on the Facebook pages, but still, I'm very much looking forward to how it will look like once it's finished. This one is the other one. It's very dark gray in the middle, and with this one I already started a new pattern, and I will link it below, because she also has this one in she has this pattern in German and in English, and it's called the Balta shawl, and it's got this very interesting pattern at the bottom that goes over like 2 or 3 rows down, and I really wanted to try that. Plus the colorway on this one looks stunning, so that it always caught my eye once I was scrolling through that site. And I have it in a more subtle colorway in this gray, but it already looks amazing. And I love these knobs down here. When I started crocheting it, I was like, what is this going to be? It's like, it's scrambled. I don't know. What is this supposed to be like? But there are tiny little knobs. And there are triple crochets around them. And yeah, it already looks amazing. And 2 more rows and I get to this amazing, I don't know, over 3 rows pattern. Yeah, I think it looks very, very nice, and I'm very much looking forward to finishing it. And this has all been done within the last, I don't know, 3 weeks or something. So yeah, you see, I have been crocheting a lot. And then I also restarted, wait, let me put this away. And then I also restarted the blanket that I showed you last time, that I could have, you know, that I could wrap around my head like, I don't know. It was so stiff that it was standing up on its own. Now it's really soft and wavy, and I can really, you know, see it as a blanket that it's supposed to be. I'm gonna link the free tutorial for this one below. I took your advice and used a hook size bigger, and really had a very, very loose hand while stitching it. Although I have to say, you see the top 3 rows, it's gotten a bit tighter on the top rows. I'm wondering if I should loosen this up again and stitch these top 3 rows again, or if it will just, you know, even out, or if it's just another learning experience. But yeah, the basket weave stitch is very nice and loose, and I'm liking this one much better than the first, you know, the first attempt that was very hard. And I'm happy that I restarted it, and I hope that I can still get it, you know, get it. I will probably not get it finished before it gets warm here, because it's already feeling like spring, and there are already I don't know, we have already, we don't have green leaves, but we have birds, and we have little flowers coming out of the out of the ground and stuff, so it already feels like spring. Now, my dear lovely friends, this was really a short one, but I'm happy that I can, you know, check in back with you and tell you where I am right now and what I'm doing. As I said, I'm enjoying my offline life very much right now, and this is very good for me to kind of regain my sense of self, and to kind of heal. Yeah, I'm very happy that I am back here, and I'm very grateful for these lovely people. And it's amazing how often I have been away already. I've been through Germany, I've been visiting friends, and I've been away so much, and I'm living again. So that is a good thing. And I hope you're happy for me too. And I am not saying goodbye, see you in 2 weeks or see you in 4 weeks, because last time it didn't work out either. So I see you when I see you, and I wish you a very lovely start of spring season wherever you are. Or is it autumn in Australia? Wait, no, wait. They are, no, yeah, it's supposed to be autumn in Australia, right? So please say hello, hit the like button, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Please stay happy, healthy, wise, and well, as Morty would say. I saw that she had a new video on online, and I'm gonna watch it while I am. It's very nice outside, as I said in my German video. It's very nice outside. It's sunny outside, and that's the perfect weather for sitting down inside and stitching. I hope to talk to you soon. Goodbye, my lovelies. Bye.